So, this is day two. I find that making these videos after my meditation is probably the easiest. Um, but then I look like this, which is exciting for the internet. You are welcome, internet. Um, yeah, I yesterday was beach day, and so um, I have this lovely sunburn. If you would like to see that. Um, that is nice, huh? Woo! That and yep. Um, and I thought, wow, that is definitely part of self care. Put some sunscreen on yourself. I'm trying to be gentle with myself about getting angry at myself for doing something so ridiculous. Um, because it happened, so I can't change that it happened, and I can make new choices in the future. Um, yeah, I got distracted. I got busy, um, which are the same excuses I could use for all sorts of things that are beneficial to my self care or my self love. And so that's that one of my awarenesses from yesterday. The other awareness that I had was I had decided I it was a teen group gathering, and so a variety of teen groups got together at Camp Pendleton to have a beach day, and I was decided that I was going to leave at 4, just to prevent traffic, to prevent having to sit in traffic on a Sunday back from the beach. Everybody's trying to get back. So I really wanted to try and get back and have an early night because I had work today. So that was what I had decided. And then I could get all the kids' stuff back and everything, it's like a 2 hour drive too. Anyway, listen to me justifying it to you. So, what I learned was one of my teens said, "Why are we leaving then?" And in that moment, I felt like I needed to have a good enough reason to say we're leaving at 4, even though the real reason was I had decided that. And I don't like to be the person that says, because I said so. Um, But it felt like in that moment that I was reminded of a long time belief that I've held of if you say no, if you say no, thank you, if you say um, this is my boundary, this is this, then you had better have a good reason. And if your reason is not good enough, then you're not allowed to make that boundary. You're not allowed to say no. You're not allowed to do those things. And even as I'm saying it, I'm like, that is ridiculous. Um, but that is something that I picked up, something that I grew up with. I'm not sure. But yeah, like I remember emotionally hearing a lot like, you better have a good reason why you're crying, or you better, like that kind of a thing, as far as like this idea that we have of like justifiable acts, justifiable emotions, justifiable decisions, that you better have a good reason to justify not wanting to go to that movie. Or like I feel that way with guys if they ask me out on a date or they ask me out somewhere, if I say no thank you, I better have a good reason. um, and that is just ridiculous. And I can just say no, thank you. Um, yeah, so I've been processing that as, after last night unfolded, because I wound up leaving closer to 5 and I wound up doubting myself. So it just was this thing of like, wait, how did that turn? And it was all like my choices. I'm not blaming anybody else. It was definitely my choice. And there was a lot of, teen wrangling that happened, which is great. But I just felt like, okay, I could have been on the forefront of the cause of how that turned out. So I'm working on that. And this morning, so far, what I've done self care wise is an 8-minute meditation. Um, and it probably won't be increasing 1 minute a day, but um, uh, but this morning was an 8-minute meditation, which was lovely. And then, oh, and last night, the pile, as you can kind of see over here, uh, the pile is significantly smaller. It did not get to folding all of the pile, but I did a lot of it. And I would not have had I not known that I was going to have to sit here again and have this discussion. Um, the other thing that I did this morning and that I do most mornings is make my bed. And I enjoy having a made bed. And I actually read an article about like the top 10 little things that you can do to make yourself happy. And one of them was make your bed. Um, and I was like, yes, nailed that. Um, so yeah, so this is what I am learning, and it's day two. So I'm going to keep the awareness up about self-love, self-care as I go to work today. Um, I am really looking at habits. I'm looking at where are my habits and how can I shift those habits? Do I want to keep those habits? Um, because I do think that I slip into certain habits pretty quickly. Um, yeah. So stay tuned for what happens next. Self care wise, I don't what's my goal for today? The awareness, and I was looking at maybe getting my nails done today. Maybe. Because I feel like that's a luxurious thing and I rarely do that. Um, but we're on a journey. All right. I love you. Thanks for checking in. Bye.